Right, here we are today, and it's all a bit different. It's got cold today, would you believe? Hey, what's he want? We're on the Aire and Calder, and it's the last match before the Feeder National, which is Saturday. So we've come along to Aire and Calder for perhaps quite a good turnout. As usual, one peg everybody wanted, Lee Kerry's on it. Smack opposite Marina, would you believe it? Well, we would believe it actually, so anyway, unbelievable Jeff, as they say. And we've never drawn before, which I've been quite a bit lately, although I've been down this lane. And so the peg numbers have changed a bit. So remember in the first two matches on Aire and Calder, we're on 6-2-2 and 6-2-4. Well, that's down there. You can probably see in the background the docks there, the dock things. So the lane is just there where the cars are, and all you do is continue down there for the lower numbers. And this is 57. The peg re-pegged, it's all new pegs, I can't see because I've covered it up. It's all new pegs. So when I was 6-2-2 and 6-2-4, which were down there, I would think that they will be about 11 or 12 now, so that gives you some idea. And so we'll see. But I really don't fancy this today. I'll show you why in a minute. I'll tell you why. I've got Tom Norton one side, and I've got my favourite angler, Philippe Ringer. There he is up there in the red, stood out. There he is, look. Next peg, so we'll see what happens. So I don't particularly fancy this one, and the reason why, it's really narrow here. It's 24 metres to tins, so I'm fishing about 21. And apparently I've just spoke to Paul Cagill, organiser. It's been running all night, and you can see, I know it's windy, but it's been boiling here. So it's going to be backwards and forwards, and it's going to be fished right, and because it's narrow, I'm not quite sure it's going to be any good here. I think you want to be where it's a bit wider. A bit steadier. Who knows anyway. We've got a lot of room. We like pleasure anglers, to be honest with you. But Bream like me ground bait, so does Ben with the look of it. So for people who like to see Ben, that's his food. He's got his water, bit of ram, bit of corned beef, bit of beef. He's not ate it yet. Until another dog comes he won't, and then he'll try and eat some. But there he is, look. But it's cold today. Honestly, I'm thinking about putting my jacket on. And I've got a weigh in as well. Got a weigh in. So basically, same setup. I've set 2 feeder rods up, 11 all rounders, 4,000 reels, marvellous reels, 020 Sublime line, and I've got my feeding rod, which is my Extractor Pro. And it's basically the same sort of system, really. You can see there his treats, look. Maggots, pinkies, casters, worms, and that's about it, because that's all we can use in Feeder National next week. So it's straightforward really. And the question I've been asked, which I'll answer, why first 2 weeks did I have my rod that way, and in the last 2 matches I've had it that way, and I've got it that way today to my left. Well, it's quite simple. On here the sea is that way, so when it runs from left to right, so I like to put the tip into the flow, so when it's flowing my tip is into the flow. And when I was last 2 matches I've been on the other bank, so obviously the flow then is from right to left, that's why I've had it that way. So it depends really on which bank I'm on, to which way I put my tip. I don't like it downstream, I like it into what I consider the flow is. And down this end, because it's a bit narrow, you get a bit more flow. When the lock gates open, it pulls, and you might even have to put an extra lead on, or even have the tip further off the water. But until I start fishing, you won't know how far. So that's why I have my tip left and right. It's about which bank I'm on really. So if I'm on other bank, I'll have it to my right, and if I'm on this bank, I have it to my left. Just so I'm putting the tip into the. So when you get a tow on your line, and it goes that way, goes sort of that way. If you put your tip downstream, it bends. Your tip bends with the flow, so you don't see the bites the same. That's the only reason. That's what I do anyway. So that's answered a question, and to be honest with you, basically I'm ready. It's quite simple. I've had a short walk. I'm in good company today, so we'll see what happens. But it's last practice match, and I'm a bit disappointed I've drawn here. Really, don't get me wrong. I think if it were normal, apparently they'd catch a few fish here, but I don't know because it's been flood. But I think it'll be the same for everybody. So we'll wait and see. Normally down here, if you'll get 4 kilo, that's a good weight, and I think that'll be a really good weight today. So we'll see. I'll let you know.
Don't move the feeder. I said, don't move the feeder. Well, we're an hour and a half into it now, and I didn't fancy it to start with, and I fancy it even less now. I've had a pound perch, £1.4, a big one, and I've had a 4-ounce perch, and I've had about 4 gudgeon, a tommy rough, and 2 little perch. I've not had a skimmer, and I'm not even sure I'm going to get one. Phil's just rang me, he's not had one. He's only had a few bits. It's not great, to be honest with you. I didn't fancy this area, but I thought I'd get a few more bites than that. But when I've been further down at Gull Locks, we've sort of only had 2 or 3 skimmers in the first 2 hours. And then we've caught a couple of better fish, I think I've only had 7 fish and 10 fish, so we've not had a lot, but they've been better fish. But I know that anyway. And the further you get that side, other side of Rawcliffe, they tend to be fuller hand-sized fish, so you're getting more bites. But sometimes you just get a feeling, don't you? And I ain't got a good feeling about this one. I'll be honest, I don't know whether it's because it's narrow or what. I'm not quite sure, but it's going to be a last hour, I think. But at the moment, I've only got like £1.5 pound, and what I can make out, that won't be too bad. But I've not had one skimmer bite, which is a bit of a worry. But just keep plodding on. Nearly pulled rod in that. What did I say? That's a skimmer. What do I know? Oh, crikey. Not great, this, is it? Oh, well, that way, no. Something. God, where has it gone this now? I thought it were a bream when I hooked it, and it's gone. And I think it's just jumped into gull docks. It's running outside now, and it's either a pike or a carp. I mean, look where the line is. The trouble is, I've only got 011 on a fine line 16. I don't know what it is. Proper bite and everything. I haven't got a chance again. It must be a pike. Oh, it's come off. Is it? It might have just been round some of that. I think it was round somewhere. I don't know what it is. This. It's swimming back towards me, but it can't be anything but a pike or a carp. Whichever it is, the chances are not very good. Must be a pike, and they don't count. To be honest with you, I'll just have to see what it is. Honestly, I hooked it down. Oh, that's come off now. That's bust me, everything. We'll never know now. What the hell was that? Wow. That can only have been a pike. Oh well. Right, we're into the last hour, and wow, I ain't got a clue what that was where I lost. That were, I don't know whether it was a big pike, a big carp, could have been a tench, but it was massive. I don't think it was a tench because it would have been, I just felt it was like too big. I don't know, we'll never know, but very disappointing. But anyway, we've caught now basically, and I've had that perch. I've got £1.12. I've not had another fish. There's nobody caught all round here. Phil's been down to me, so he's been walking. He's got nothing. I think Tom Norton next peg is £2 a bit, fishing for bits, I think. And it's really, we're only a couple of bream off probably when it's section. But where Lee Kerry, apparently there's 10 of them in a row all catching bream. And in 10 of them, the lowest weight an hour ago was £15. That's up there near the marina, where I'm never going to see, especially with all them draw bags round. Like Lee, Waco, Eddie, Gareth, Lambert, Frankie Jam and Jelly. They're all up there, all best drawers in the world. Apparently, some have got between 20 and £30. I reckon they're all catching them. Whether they've all moved up there, I don't know why. It's strange, we just can't get a bite here. So, but I can probably still win me 10 pegs. So I need a bream. If I get a bream, I might have a chance with 10 pegs still. So I'm not giving up hope, but I'm not so sure I'm going to get one. But I wish I could have just seen that big fish. It was massive, it was. And the thing is, I've not heard of pike along here, so I don't know. It was a bite. It went like that. I picked up thinking it was a bream, then it tore off. Nearly jumped over the thing there. I had to take my clip off. Then it went down there, and it went into gull docks, turned round and then come back, come all the way back upside, and then I think it's just bust me on here, something here. So that really disappointing. I'd like to see what it was, but anyway, we'll never ever know. But I've still got chance of a bream, and that's what I'm fishing for now. 2 bits of worm, and I think hopefully I'll get a bream. If I'm going to catch one, this will be the best hour to catch one. So we'll see what happens. Well, that was disappointing. I've got £1.12. I've had a skimmer. I've had the pound perch, 4 or 5 little perch, some bits, but I've not had a skimmer. It's fished terrible. Apart from up there, other side at Bridge Marina. Wow. Honestly, I thought I could catch a skimmer from anywhere. That's taught me a lesson. So that's that done with. So I'm just quite weird. Different people, even above and below, aren't caught out. All the fish should be in the middle. I don't know. It's quite strange, really. But anyway, I'm caught out about £1.12, and I'll tell you something. I won't be surprised if that's all right. Till next peg, he's had note. So we'll see. I've got a weigh in as well, just to make it worse. But I have lost that zoo creature, which you saw. But I've got to go weigh in now. I don't know.